Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me today. The sun is shining, and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here. Don't know how it is in your part of the world, but I like the sun coming out. Today's topic is going to be, is it necessary to be in a relationship or not? I have a comment from Uzair. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but that's the best I can do. And he asked me some questions, wanted to know if I could make a video on how to stop myself from having necessity to be in a relationship. And I think that's a problem a lot of people have. They think they have to be in a relationship or they have to have a woman. Well, of course, you do have to have a woman to procreate, to make babies, so to speak. But in reality, you don't have to have a woman. You don't need a woman. But we grow up in a society that tells us that that's what life is all about having that perfect relationship and living happily ever after. Well, that isn't quite how life works. Now, I'm not saying that some people don't live happily ever after. Well, I don't think anybody lives happily ever after, because in this world, you're going to have problems. Excuse me. Now, if you have someone, if you're in a relationship with someone who is a complement to your life, then the two of you, and you in return are a complement to her life, then the two of you are much stronger together than either one of you would be by yourself. Generally. Now, there are exceptions to every rule, but generally, two people working together can accomplish much more than one person working by themselves. It's just kind of a principle of life, the way things work. A team. It's just like in my business, or one of my businesses, if the three of us or the four of us work together on a job, my crew, okay, then we get a lot more done than if I were doing it all by myself. And it's the same as if you have a partner, your girlfriend. You two working together can get a lot more done. For example, let's say you're out working all day and then you come home and you work more. She fixes your meals, she cleans the house, she takes care of your clothes, maybe she gives you a massage. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can focus on what you're good at. And then in return, she supports you by taking care of the house, the kids, and everything that you need. And in return, you support her by paying the bills, buying clothes, taking care of the car, all of those things. So you work together for a common goal, which is the welfare of your family. So in that respect, yes, that can be a good thing. It can be an advantage for both of you. That's the way it works. There are many women who have a fit when you say that a woman is here to serve man. Well, guess what? A man is here to serve women. In all the wars, where are the women? Less than 1.7% of women fight on the front line in combat. Well, who protects the nations? Who gives their lives for the women and children? The men do. So if people are complaining, some people, about toxic masculinity or masculinity, it's this masculinity and the toxic masculinity that saves and protects and explores and creates great nations like our nation here and other nations. Over in Dubai, that is a beautiful city. Who created that? The men. Now, I'm not saying there aren't some women that contributed to that, but I guarantee you it's probably less than 2% or less than 1%. The men are the inventors, the creators, the explorers, the protectors. On the Titanic, did not the men give their lives so the women and children could live? So I think we need to give men a little more credit and quit beating them down for being masculine and acting like there's something wrong with that. If it were not for that masculinity, the ability to go out and kill men, women, and children, do you think there's not collateral damage in war? Innocent people get killed? The men do that. Yes, so you, the women, and the children can be protected. Okay, I'll get off that rant. Back to Uzair's comment. All right, our question. No, it's not necessary to be in a relationship. Now, I'll tell you this example. The last relationship I was in started out really good. She was a beautiful girl, okay, but we kind of started down different paths. And I could not go down her path, and she did not want to leave her world, I'll say it that way, to follow me. So it kind of got bad. So actually, it drained me a lot because I stayed around and stayed with her longer than, I don't want to say longer than I should have, because I learned so much from it. But were I to be in the same situation again, I would walk away sooner because I learned something from that. And what happens is it drains your energy, trying to get someone to follow you if they don't want to. If they choose to stay in their world, whatever that happens to be, or the lifestyle they're in, and it's not congruent with your lifestyle, and you are in a relationship with that person, they will drag you down, or you will drag yourself down trying to get them to come along with you. It's much easier for someone to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up. Many people want to be successful until they see what you have to do to be successful. For example, I make a video every day. I don't have a lot of followers yet. I mean, it's growing slowly. But ask any creator on YouTube, 99% of them, they'll tell you it takes time. Sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years to build a following. I don't care how good your content is. It takes time. That's why so many people give up. And you will find the same thing with women and men in relationships. Usually the woman finds a man that she considers to be at least a couple grades up from her, higher status than her, okay, because she wants a higher status man. Women choose up. Men usually take a girl that's on a little lower level of status than what he perceives himself to be and what she perceives him to be. Now, a lot of times these girls want what this man has, but they don't want to do anything. They want to get by on their looks, okay? But this man needs a woman that is a complement to his life, not someone he has to drag along, or someone who just wants to ride along on his coattails, as we say, and enjoy his success, but not contribute anything except her appearance and her looks. I don't care how pretty they are. I've been with a lot of beautiful girls. It don't matter. If they don't have anything under the hood inside them, it's okay for a while, but after a short time, they start to drag you down. Your performance starts to drop, your focus gets messed up, you don't keep your eyes on your goals, your mission, because you're trying to drag this person along with you. She needs to encourage you, to support you, to be there for you, and you don't need to be asking her or telling her what to do. I'm not saying you can't tell her once or twice, but if you're telling her more than that and she's not doing it, you got to let her go, because she will pull you down. You will never reach your potential. So in that respect, you don't need to be in a relationship with a person like that. It's like I told the last girl I dated. I said, I'm better off by myself than I am with someone who's not going to encourage me, support me, be there for me. I don't need a woman, and nor do you, okay? But if you have a woman and she's not a compliment to your life, she will drag you down, and you are better off without her. Okay, since I broke up with this girl, I've accomplished so much more than I did in the last part of the stages when I was with her. Now, I'm not cutting her down. She's a beautiful girl. She's a wonderful girl. She just has a lot to learn, okay? And she decided, like I said, to go down a different path than she was going when we met. And that's okay. Everybody has their own choices. So make sure if you get in a relationship with a girl, and as I said, you don't need one, that she is going along the same path as you, that she is willing to support you, encourage you, and lift you up when you're down. Not that you need that, but if she's going to be walking by your side, there better be some congruence there. Okay, let me see. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being in a relationship? Well, I think I've covered some of those. There are many more. As I said, if she's taking care of you and giving you everything you need, you don't need to go out and look for other women. Okay, you have someone. You are her rock, you are her mountain. She is your comfort, okay? She takes care of you. You don't need to go out and try to find somebody, so that's less energy you have to spend there. Now, to manage a long-term relationship, you need to get to the point where you don't have to micromanage it. You know what to do and it comes natural. Otherwise, it can be a lot of work. I'll tell you, it's a lot easier being single. It really is than being married or dating someone who you have to put a lot of effort into the relationship to keep it going. I have been in relationships where they flowed. I have been in relationships where it was a lot of work. It just drained me. So thus, you don't have as much energy for your mission, your goals, your purpose, which as a man, that should be your number one focus. First, God, or your higher self, divinity, whatever you choose to call your higher power, the part of you or the part of the universe that you trust when things don't seem to be going your way. Second, your mission, your purpose, your goals. Third, your woman. Do not put your woman in the first place of anything. She should be third. Okay, sometimes women will think that they are your number one priority, okay? But when it comes right down to it, when the rubber meets the road, you got to make a choice. Is it her or is it you? And it better be you. And as long as you stay in that frame of mind, she will love you. She will take care of you. She will appreciate you. Now that sounds selfish, but it's not really. Because the way a woman looks at that on a subconscious level is if you put yourself first and you take care of yourself, as long as she's with you, she's going to be safe, provided for, and taken care of. I know that doesn't make logical sense, but we're talking about an emotional being here. Women are more emotional. That's not to say that they can't use logic, but they operate more on emotion. And that's why they need a stable, strong man. That's why they're not on the front line of the wars, because it's a very emotional, tough situation. I mean, if you got to kill a kid or a woman or a bunch of kids or a bunch of women, you got to get up and go on. You don't have time to sit there and cry and piss and moan about it. You got to stuff that crap down, deal with it later, or live with it. Women are not equipped to do that as well as men. They don't have the ability for that type of inner strength. And once again, I'm not saying there are not exceptions, but I'll guarantee you it's less than 1%. So we need masculinity, or as a lot of some of these bolder, I'll say it that way, bolder women say, we need toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity keeps them safe. When the president makes an order to attack a certain small country or to bomb them, he knows men, women, and children, innocent, are going to get killed. Now, if that's not what you would call toxic masculinity, I don't know what is. But that's part of human nature. Since the beginning of time, we've been warring and killing each other. It's not going to stop anytime overnight. It's just not. As we evolve in maybe a few millennia, it may stop. That's not to say that I condone that. I don't at all. But these are the things that sometimes have to be done. So anyway, I hope Uzair, I have answered your question, and if you have any other comments, leave them in the comments section, or you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. If you'd like to get my help personally, smash that like button. Have a great day.